Hello everyone, welcome back to Rockman HQ. Right now we're looking at the latest event in X-Dive, Black Assassin, where we take on Darkman number 3 and go through a stage that is in the Cyber Peacock area, and take on a few Yoko Blocks that nobody ever likes. We're going to kind of go through and show you how to just kind of do everything in the easiest way possible. But first, let's actually look at what we need. So by rules, pretty much you're going through the event to get these event coupons rather than going through a ranking system, which the coupons are pretty nice, and we'll show you how they work after we beat the stage. Taking different characters will get you more coupons, as usual on all these events. It looks like Proto Man and the Air Shooter give you a 40% bonus, while Roll, Layer, and that weird spray gun give you a 20%. Mega Man and the Beam Rapier give you a plus 10, and you have the same things doing extra damage, 40, 20, and 10, but Scarlet Tyrant also does a plus 20%. So if you're struggling with dealing damage to the boss, you can always take in one of these lineups and hopefully get a little bit extra push there on him. So for this mission, we're going to be taking in Mega Man, the Beam Rapier, and the Sprayer, because they're all pretty easy to get. In fact, Mega Man is a freebie. You get him just for logging in during this event. The Beam Rapier is really easy to get, just a B rank. And the Sprayer, it's an A rank, so you might have it, you might not. But that's what we're going to be looking at. So a new thing with this event too is you can determine how much EP you want to throw per run. And this also works on skip dives. So you can just go boop, and you'll get 5 times the rewards. It's as if you're doing the stage 5 times. It's pretty nice. We're just going to do this one for a regular run. We're taking in good old Mega Man, the Sprayer, the Beam Rapier, and let's just jump into it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is get up here on this little platform and make your way over. The Beam Spray doesn't have very much range, so that might be a struggle for some people. As well, as you just saw, the purple platforms will disappear, so be careful of them. Just make your way with a double jump on top of this little moving platform, and you'll be faced with 2 enemies. Not very tricky, just kind of move forward. I usually switch over to the sword and close in on the one. Now this room can be tricky. Thankfully Mega Man's Leaf Shield will pretty much save you from all harm in it. Just take out the guy in the upper corner, the little floating thing will be a nuisance, and make your way over across with the Yoko Block. Feel free to fire the charge shot at that turtle. I usually do. Now we just follow another platform up, go through a slow screen transition, and we're met with 2 enemies and then some rush loaders later on. Usually when I do this, the rush loaders get stuck on that platform and come back up from the other side. Well, that's kind of neat that it didn't happen. So now we move on to a section where we have to ride Rush. And Rush, he moves forward very quickly, backwards, up and down, not that fast. So you will probably take damage in this section. There's these 2 slow-moving turret things that kind of show up and just fire the stream beams of doom. Be a little careful of them. They're not very hard to kill. They have very low HP. Just focus on them, and once you take them out in a couple of bats, you can move forward. So here we'll get into more of a free-flowing section with a turret again that moves up and down. Just place your movement right, wait till it's above, and then move in. And now we get to a section where the screen moves on its own. The Saber can take out these little green blobs, which I think are supposed to be a Mega Man 9 or 10 reference, but they act just like the yellow ones you've already encountered plenty of times in the game. Alright, a couple of enemies, no big deal. Let's take them over, move over down to this pit where you just do a jump to the left and a step to the right. The good old classic Mega Man platform stage design. So now we're met down here, where we have this little moving invincible thing, the spike wall, And as you probably just saw, the Yoko Blocks. We just gotta wait for them. There we go. Yoko Blocks appear. The trick is to jump right when the one is going to disappear. Just wait a few seconds for the one to appear next to it, and then wait, do a double jump, and you'll just go on to the next higher block. Easiest way to get through those blocks I know of. Alright, we got some more rush loaders and a little turret dude. This section here, there's a Yoko block. You can dash jump over it. It's a little tight of a jump, but... Oops. No. I just failed that. Alright, so as you saw, there's a turtle and a turret up above. Just make your way over to taking them out. If you have a ranged weapon, I mean, that's really going to be your best friend. Unfortunately, the two boosted weapons are very close range, and it's not very beneficial for this map. Alright, as you kind of saw there was two green enemies. One on the left, one on the right. Just slide down past the one, jump on the wall, slide down, and you're good. And now we're met in another death room. Take out the turret first. That should always be the #1 concern. They are the most lethal things on the map. And now we gotta go fight Darkman. Darkman has a few attacks. Sometimes it's hard to read some of his. He'll have one where he sends in 2 energy walls from the sides around him, and he usually leads with that. There we go. Now those, the little donuts of doom, will paralyze you if they hit, and then he'll usually jump and fire that. His little multi-blast cannon that'll rake in tons of damage on you after you're paralyzed. It's always best to kind of keep your distance, especially when you see him kind of hunkering down and putting his arms together like that. That's a sign he's either going to shoot the walls, call the walls, or just overall fire the donuts of doom. So the donuts, keep your distance and just try and jump over them. You can see if you can get them to shoot them upwards, and then you can just drop down underneath them. That's another strategy. For the little barrage shot there, that one's pretty simple. Just kind of keep moving and you'll dodge him. If you have Mega Man, throw up a leaf shield. The walls, unfortunately, are very hard to read, so I don't really have a good tip for you on those. I just kind of stay up on a wall, but you got to get close with these weapons, so it doesn't exactly work. There we go. Yep, just keep your distance. Oh, I missed one. But I think that's really the gist of Darkman there. Let's see if we can take him out fast. There we go. Really, any dive move will work well against him. He jump slots, a Ray will get him. Keeping your distance, Electric Spark will get him. You got the Astro Crash, which is kind of random, and I don't personally like it, but it can work. The C shot, especially if you get paralyzed and he moves in close to you, that can rack up a lot of damage too. Alright, so we beat the stage here. We got the tickets as we see. So what you do with the tickets is you actually go into the little reward button. And then you do this random lotto and get any of these items. And as you can see, there's a limited number in there. 3 out of 5, meaning I've already gotten 2 of the elemental medals times 10. So the goal is to get the Mega Man memories, and then once you get those, it'll let you move on to the next tier. Which, as you can see, you can just kind of see here which rewards there were. And it ends on 5, where the most you can get is 10 Mega Man memories, but you can constantly refresh this list. So this is actually a really good spot to grind out the Mega Man memories to get your Mega Man 5-star, elemental medals, because those are always good, skill points always nice, everyone loves proficiency memory cards, and the bolts. I mean, we're always going to need more bolts. Especially with more levels coming, you're going to want more gold armor. And of course, you know, your basic level up stuff that you probably have a bunch of already. See? And that's how it works. Pretty simple. And then with that, you actually come over here to the event tab, and based on how many of those you've done, you can get some extra rewards over here, such as elemental metals, zenny, and other random items. But that's pretty much the gist of the Black Assassin event. If you know any good strategies against Darkman that I didn't cover, please, you know, leave them in the comments below. And as always, you know, we'll keep covering more events as they come out with X-Dive. See you next time.